In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to create the Magic Multiple Moving Average Indicator. So when you load a chart from MetaTrader 4, you normally get a chart looking something like this. This is the Euro USD, and the time frame for this one is 1 hour, although that is fairly irrelevant to what we're going to be doing now. So the first thing that we need to now do is start loading the actual multiple moving averages. In order to do that, I click on the indicator icon and select moving averages from the trend option. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be loading 6 multiple moving averages on the chart, starting at 4 and having gaps of 4. That's what we're going to be doing for this particular exercise. So I'll start at 4 and I'll start with a red color. So the period is 4. We can keep the method simple. We can apply it to the close and we select red, and we highlight it slightly by choosing the second highlighting option. I then press OK and the moving average is put onto the chart. Not looking too great at this stage, but let's move on to the next one. So we then do exactly the same thing and we add a moving average of 8, and I'm going to give this a green color, dark green color, and say OK. So that's been added. Then we move on to the next one. Moving average, this one will be 12, and let's have a look for a nice color for this particular one. This one can be brown at this stage or maroon, and OK, and that has now been added. So we then go to for the next color. We've now got 3 colors, so we are on our way, and we make that one 16, and I think a blue will go well with this one, and we say OK. Then we go to the next one, which will be a moving average of 20, and we choose a color of lime, and I say OK. Oh, that one shows up quite nicely on the black. And then the last one, we add the moving average, and this one will be at 24, and that one will be, and we'll go with hot pink for that particular one. So we say OK. Now we have 6 moving averages loaded onto the chart. Still not looking that great. So what we need to do is make the moving averages stand out a lot more, and to do that we'll change the color of the chart. And how we do that, I've right clicked on the chart, gone down to properties, and I'm going to change that to a black on white chart. First thing I do. Second one is I go to the line graph and we change that to white. We also click on the common tab and we untick the show grid. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit better. The other thing that we now need to do is get rid of the price. Now that, remember, we changed the line graph to white, so we have 3 options with the charts. We can go for bars, candles, or line chart. Now I'm going to select line, and because we made that white, it now no longer shows up. So what we have on our screens right now are the 6 moving averages that we have selected. Now what I'm going to do is just make it a little bit bigger so that they stand out a little bit more, and move it slightly away from the side. So I click on that chart shift option, and we almost have this exactly the way we want it. I don't think there's any further changes that we need at this point. So now the trick is to save this setup, and MT4 provides a template way of saving it. So what I will do is I'll right click on the chart, go to templates, and then save it, and it's going to ask us what do we want to call the template, and I'm going to call this template multi-MA, and then save it. Now when we go to another chart, all we have to do is load that template, and we don't have to go through this setup process again. So there's our basic setup for the multiple moving average system. I hope you found that easy, and in the next lecture we'll go into slight variations on this particular setup.